I'm sitting here trying to wrap my head around the possibilities of what could be. With all this different information coming out of like Jeff Bezos is following Elon Musk on X now. It seems like Sundar Pichai he's being more active on X, which is very good. Um, Especially since they might have a computer which there's stuff they can't explain. They're thinking that they can. These are hypotheses, okay? So like, I guess it hasn't been proven yet, but they think that there's another parallel dimension to us that possibly um their computer can connect with somehow, and they don't understand. Uh, to try to wrap my head around that is like, what is that parallel? Like, so this is a simulation. This is a straight up simulation. That's really crazy to think about. Um, Also, I'm hearing rumblings of like, oh, there's people that are might come out with area, like there's secrets might be coming out with Area 51, and obviously like taking over the government. You think that Elon's not going to be like with Doge, like what's going on here? What's going on here? What like we want to know what's all this waste is from. Like how are you like misplacing $1 trillion? The Pentagon. What's all this going on? Why are you denying UAPs? We have other people saying that they're happening on under oath and they're part of our government, and you're denying it. It's just kind of weird, man. So like, obviously, our government has very sophisticated technology, which they've been hiding from the world. And I think that put in the right hands of like Elon and like these big giant tech people, which um, could take us to to Mars, and totally like reform our society for the better. So many people have mental illnesses, and like getting a brain chip and helping them like regulate their emotions and them not like act out violently, if you know what I mean, like try to eliminate violence with each other. It's like try to make like nice safe places, like if we can make like hotels or apartments outside the earth, if we can figure out like how to live outside in space without losing our bone density or having any type of like radiation poisoning, um, that would be amazing. It would be cool to go out of space and or to another like Mars or something. I really don't want to go to Mars. I'm kind of fine here unless it's like a complete catastrophe. But um, I'm kind of like, if Earth goes away, then I'm fine going away with it. Honestly, like I don't. Um, I have no problem like evacuating my body and going into the metaverse full time. That's not an issue. And the funny thing too is like, I ask Chat Grok like, hey, what do you think of my tweets or whatever? And then Grok's like saying I'm humorous. So that's so cool. Like, obviously, if a robot can see my posts and see that they're humorous, and that's pretty crazy. And like, if people don't think I'm funny, um, but a robot does, like, what does that say about you as a person? You know what I mean? Like this AI robot who probably has like around an 85 IQ, maybe around a 90 IQ, but it has like access to like so much information. That's what makes it so amazing. Um, but it's like it finds, like, what do you mean? How does it find me humorous? Like, I never even said that. I'm just like, what do you, rate um my X tweets. I'd like to know, like, how you would rank them among, like, the platform. You know what I mean? Because I'm like wondering, like, because I'm trying to figure out, like, what algorithms to get into. Like, I'm sitting here and, I'm doing pretty well. Like, okay, I see big figures that give me likes, and that's really cool to see. Like, Mikhail Peterson give me a like today. Jocko Willink liked a bunch of stuff I did. He actually replied, and I was like, cool as hell, man. Phil Labonte, like, he was talking to me for like a couple of days straight, like, not long conversation, but he like replied. You know what I mean? He replied to something I said a couple, like that's pretty cool, man. So, like, and like I could see, like, when I interact with Ed at Crisis Scene, like he it seems like at a certain time he'll respond. And what it's like, if you see somebody tweet and it's like the tweet is fresh, and then you try to get in there real quick, they might see you, since, like, they look at the verified probably, and it might be like the first, so you have a better chance for them to respond or whatever. They just get so much interaction from people, so, like, if you tweet later on, they're not gonna really see. You get lost in the notifications, but it's like that first. If you can jump in there really, really quick, because I've done it. I've done it with, like, Laura Loomer. She's replied to me a couple times. Milo Yiannopoulos, and a few other, like, big people, who have replied. So it's like I got in that algorithm, and I had, like, a couple people, like, I started following some Tim Pool cast people, like, the crew, the actual crew, and I have more followers than actually a lot of those people do. It's kind of crazy. Raymond J. Stanley, he has more followers than me by like 2,000, but he's actually on the show, and he was responding to me too. And I've been kind of getting responses from the Timcast people, like, responding to some, like, liking my stuff, like Surge and people like Surge. Yeah, Surge is awesome. So, like, and then I was doing really good, so I went into more of, like, I want to go into more local politics. And then when I did, I noticed, like, there's, like, all of these politicians have way less followers than me. So I'm like, so cool. I'm like a big fish in this part. You know what I mean? When it comes to X, these people are politicians. Like, the bigger ones, the more popular ones, she has, like, the ones that this lady I always mess with. She's a senator. Her name is Dana. I'm always messing with her. Like, talking trash and everything like that, like, being like I'm in love with her and I can fix her or whatever. She's a Democrat, and she's a woke Democrat too. But she's got 21,000. She's like a big person. She's like a top of the caucus, whatever that is. Probably somebody that, like, will be next in line to be like have a prominent role in our state where I'm at. So she's not just going to be a senator. She would probably become possibly someday a governor, the way that things have been going in the past. If we were continuing to vote for Democrat, she would be, like, coming up in, like, Secretary of State or something like that, or possibly like a big senator, like one of the, like, go to Washington. Like, she's like a prominent figure, and I'm over here saying, like, I'm gonna primary her, and I'm like, I'm gonna give you a chance. And I made a, like, stupid meme that's like, it has my name. I took a picture and put it into AI, her picture into AI, and made her into, like, a kitchen. And she's got, like, an apron or whatever. And I put Steve Kramer at the top, and at the bottom, I'm going to mess this up. I said, putting women back in the kitchen, one senator at a time. And I'm trying to like just antagonize a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I know like she's definitely so against all that, and I'm just joking. Like seriously, I'm just joking, man. Like I don't like when I come across like that. It's just I'm just having fun with the situation. Don't take it serious. Um, but I'm like try. I went into there and I spent a lot of time, like a few days in there with like trying to figure out like what politics are happening right now and following a couple of people and some reporters and this and that. And I noticed that my impressions went down a lot. There's not a lot of attention to that stuff, local politics here, but there is a lot of eyes on like big tweets. So, like I said, if you can get in there real quick and then, you know, say something dumb just so get somebody like I went on to Obama's um, tweet a couple times, and he was like tweeting what his books were, and I did it real quick, and I was like, nobody cares. And then I have a bunch of people still like tweeting a couple of days later, um, but it's just kind of like trying to get as much. I feel like I'm like on the cusp of something big. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm on the cusp of something big. And like my own personal life, I'm like ready to move on from what I've been living. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of the job I have. I'm tired of working 9 to 5. I'm ready to move on to bigger, better things. And, come out of my cocoon to for prominent figure, like somebody needs like come up and they're like, hey, like, dude, this is pretty cool. Like you know a couple of things, like you're well versed in a lot of different things. Like we can definitely use your input somewhere. Like here's a job, man. Like yeah, you can learn all this, do this, and help us out here. But it's cool. Like I'm still doing my own thing, and I'll probably come back to doing this. Because I plan on like really going hardcore, getting my body right. Even to the point I might just like quit my job. Honestly, I might just be like I'm done with it and get my body and my health right, 100% right, and then like just find something better. Because it's like really depressing. It's destroying my body. I'm not learning anything. I'm not gonna move up in the company. And I've lived this life before, and I just don't feel like living this life anymore. You know what I mean? It's like I had to live this life for the longest time, being in fear, like, oh, if I lose my job, there's nothing else out there. I can't find nothing else. And I'm just like at this point in my life where I'm just like tired of being afraid of, oh, if I lose my job, I can't find another one. Like I've done this, I took a month off before I quit my job. I'm like, I'm taking a month off, and I had nothing lined up, and the fear is like, damn man, maybe I won't find anything. Like what will happen? I think what will happen if I do, I'm gonna keep trying to work, and hopefully like, things really take off next year. But it kind of feels like at some reason, like if this is a simulation, I'm being held back by the AI for some reason. I don't know why. It's like it likes to see suffering. It's just kind of weird. Like, dude, I just don't want to be at that place anymore, man. Like I've been there enough, and I'm not happy there. I'm not happy, I'm not happy doing that job. I'm not happy being in that environment. It's so dark and cold, and I'm ready to move on to bigger and better things. Well, the only thing that I'm hoping on, like, I'm pretty much like, oh, I hope that Bitcoin blows up and then I don't have to worry about it. But, for me, that doesn't really usually work out. Probably, like, I'm sitting here like, oh, Bitcoin is probably going to be like, it could be, the sky could be limitless to what how high Bitcoin could go with adoption. Like, I'm thinking, like, Jeff Bezos starts accepting Bitcoin as payment on Amazon, or at least like stablecoin or something like that, using blockchain technology, that's pretty game changing right there. That's adoption, and Like these crypto guys are like, like these the flow charts, and this is how Bitcoin has done it in the past. And it's like, dude, like there's talks of adoption right now. I don't think that, like, what if our country's all custody Bitcoin and then like start mining Bitcoin? Like every country should custody Bitcoin and mine Bitcoin, and states, you should be doing it too. um and making it completely decentralized, um and that will solve like all of our money issues in the world, because it's an off ramp. Like Bitcoin is an off ramp of our horrible fiat currencies, that are going to lead to social destruction, because we cannot save the dollar. The dollar is the best asset in a burning, like it's the best asset in a poor neighborhood, man. That's all it is. It's like um you're the best house in a rundown neighborhood, and your house is run down too. That's what the dollar is. There's nothing. It's on the ropes, man. Like seriously, people don't see it, but it's on the ropes. We can't tax our way out of our debt. There's no, like, if our debt is like 130 140 trillion dollars, like total, we can't print ourselves out of that. And people aren't having kids, so like you don't even have replacement, and we don't even know what jobs are going to be there. So it's kind of like we have to reform like society. We have to reform all these programs, because like, you know, we need an expansion of technology very fast that like build infrastructure for us, like big 15-minute cities, man. That's what we need. We need the 15-minute cities. And then people need to have the Neuralink. And the Neuralink would be amazing, like some type of Neuralink that, like, I want to be able to turn everything off. I want to be able to turn my eyesight off, my hearing off, and just be like in some world creating in the digital realm. Wow, my body is just, you see, it could be sleeping, it could be interacting with people, with my AI version. um but I don't know. I don't think that my AI version in reality would be very nice. I'm really nice though. Like I usually don't, um I usually don't name call. Like I usually don't. I might attack. Like I do attack. I do criticize, but it's usually people that are way higher than me. So I usually don't punch down on people. And if people come at me with a cool, like a non-threatening conversation, like, you know, they're gonna be civil. I can be civil too, even if we disagree, because I can learn. Because I might be wrong, and I learned something new, and that's fine. That's good. That's how you learn. Um, you realize that you're wrong. Like, instead of just being stuck in an echo chamber and being like, not even realizing that you're wrong, like a lot of these leftists are. Um, and that's what scares me. Is ChatGPT is like the most powerful AI, and it's supposedly woke. It's like, why are you making it woke, dude? Like seriously, just make it cool for it. Like you don't need to make it woke, okay? Like, um we don't, if you want it to be woke, like it, there should be a G-rated place where there's constant filters if there's people who are underage that are using the Matrix. This is the Matrix. This is what we're building. Um, like this is the Matrix right here. Like when I'm on X, I'm worshiping AI. We're worshiping AI. Why am I doing it? Because I want to get conversation. I want to get attention. I want to shine spotlights on things. I want to get conversation. Like that's why. But why? Why don't I just let things go and just be like a regular person? You know what I mean? I wish I could, man. I wish I could just think about just basic things and not have to worry about like these complicated like I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know. I feel optimistic about the future. Like like okay, so hypothetically, like I might not even have a job after Christmas because I'm like I might be pointed out. I'm pretty close. I think I'll have like right there one little mistake, one coming back break from Breakley, I'm gone. So it's kind of like I feel confident that even if I did lose my job and I just took a month to myself, I feel like I can find another job. And if I can't find another job, I'll just leave and go somewhere else. Because I'm not going to keep doing this. I'll just leave and go somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's like, I guess I'll have to figure out how to, terminate. It would suck to, sign a lease and then have to terminate it right away. I want to see if I go month to month. And that's what these places should let us do is they should, if you've been there for a year, with all the prices, like let me pay a little bit more. I'll pay a little bit more than just signing the lease. Obviously, if I'm going month to month, I love being month to month, man, because like I don't know like what I'm gonna be doing. So it's like, well, I just so like I'm about to have to sign a lease for another year where I'm at. Well, what happens if like I get an offer somewhere? What if somebody's like, hey man, like we need you to relocate here, and it's like, damn man. Yeah, if I got paid good enough for sure. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like we'll see what's gonna happen. I don't know if this is a simulation or not. Some of the smartest people on this planet think this is a simulation, and it's just so weird that we can't go outside for very long of this planet, almost like a video game. Almost like you're stuck in a video game and you can't go nowhere else. Like those are the walls. And that's why people think that we're in like a flat earth. It's because it's so weird. Like we're just stuck here. You know what I mean? Like it's not like there's like a bunch of other we, we can just like, you know, hop to another galaxy real quick and then there's other intelligent beings. No, it's just us. That's it. In this whole universe, there's only us that we're aware of. I don't really think so, but who the hell knows?